water, earth, fire, air. Long time ago. Oh hi, and I made a new datapack. And it only took 3 months. I wanna... Hey! This datapack took forever to make. It introduces in the game 8 techniques for each element featured in the show Avatar: The Last Airbender. Except for air bending, that has 6 techniques, and for earth bending, that has 18. To learn how to bend an element, you have to find a temple. There are 4 different types of temples, and they are all located somewhere in your world, according to the element they symbolize. For example, the firebending temple is found in other fortresses. Once you find a temple, to learn how to bend an element, you have to perform a ritual. It's a complicated process, so pay close attention to what I'm doing. And when the ritual is over, bada bing bada boom, you have obtained your powers. Now to use them, that's another thing. You have to do something specific to the element you want to bend. For example, to activate water bending, you have to stand in a body of water and press shift. Or to activate fire bending, you have to hold in your offhand some fire creating item and press shift. When your bending abilities are activated, your hotbar will display which technique is currently selected, so just scroll to switch between them. To perform the selected technique, press shift. As the datapack itself is huge, and I don't really support talking with people for more than 4 minutes, I have done what any reasonable person would do in this situation, and I have created a website. And it went a bit like this. Okay, so I just need to offset this by 5 pixels. Now I need to reload the page and... oh, what the f... Now that the website is working, you can find it by typing this into your search bar or clicking the link in the description. The website contains everything you need to know in order to use the datapack. You can play it with your friends, but it also has a lot of functionalities to help you in a survival world. You can turn on campfires, carve pumpkin, and that's it. That's all the survival features. Talking about things that are actually useful instead, you can create fire vortexes, raise walls from the ground, generate sandstorms on your enemies, sculpt water into ice, and dodge practically any sort of bullet. Everything is multiplayer compatible and reliable, unless you use the Hawaiian wave technique on top of a mountain, which looks a bit like this. No, why have I done it this way? No. Forgive me from what I've done in the past. Oh my god. Has it just made a JoJo reference? Apart from that, everything else is pretty reliable thanks to the code I wrote. But I know that you guys aren't interested in the coding part, so I'm just gonna talk about form. Hang on a second. So if you look at here, you can see all the functions of the datapack, and here instead we can find how many scoreboards I have used, and they are just 4 cause I cracked formal parameters in goddamn Minecraft. I was about to explain. Shut up, nerd! You can't injure me. I am inevitable. As I was saying, formal parameters are basically variables that commit suicide when their work is done. Basically, edgy boxes of data that can't stand being useless. And that's pretty much everything for the datapack. You will find the download link in the description, along with the website link and also the wiki for the datapack. There's nothing much else to say, so stay cool, stay in school, and see ya in another 3 months. Bye.